What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, welcome in general. I'm glad you made it here. Glad you finally found us. So I wanted to hop right into today's topic, but considering yesterday we had some bad luck on my way to go get a haircut and I hit a pothole and air just started literally leaking out of the tire, we got to go get this fixed real quick. So dude, I was like so skeptical just because there's in the back obviously it's like 275s and then it's like 245 in the front, so I was like, oh, it's pretty lopsided with the donut on there. But really quickly, let's go ahead and try to go to like a used tire shop. I don't really want to buy a new one right now just because I just don't feel like it, but if I have to I will. But hopefully they have a size right there, so let's go ahead and get this changed out so we can get into today's video. All right. Alright boys, so a little bit of bad luck here. So I guess they found it kind of like ripped and like rupture right here. I don't know if you guys can see, it's not really focusing, but so we gotta get a new tire and they didn't have them here, so I'm gonna hit up Timmy and see if Timmy can kind of get me one. Man, all of this just to get the next vlog going, you guys. So let me make a phone call and see if we can get hooked up today. If not, then maybe we'll do a vlog with the G today. I don't know. I'll get back to you guys in a second. All right, you guys, so after running around for the majority of the morning, we finally got the tire change, and we also went back to the 18 stock wheels because the 19s, they were nice, they looked a lot better, but they just were rubbing too much whenever I made a complete left turn or maybe like a slight left turn. They just were scraping too much and it was bothering me, and a little bit embarrassing when I would be pulling into places and they would hear like this loud scratching noise. So I feel a lot better about the 18s already. They do need to be cleaned up, but like I said, we're getting new wheels in a couple months anyways. They're just taking forever on these cargo ships coming from Japan. So before we get into the top best things on why you should own or love a Lexus, I wanted to do a little tiny install. So I know you guys have heard of this guy before. I mentioned him on a couple of videos in the past, but I ended up getting some new mirror visors, and if you guys don't know, this is from Aerowolf, and like I said, I posted him on my channel before. I'll put his link in the description if you guys want, like, you know, stuff like this, or they even have like canards or stuff for like your wings. So it's pretty tight. He's blowing up, so make sure you guys try to, if you guys can, get it fast, because I tried like at least 3 times before actually getting this, when he would, you know, just be dropping them randomly, and sometimes I'd be at work and other times I just want to be on my phone. So I got lucky and I got the color I needed. So I'm gonna go ahead and install these and I'll show you guys how it looks in a second. So I'll get back to you real quick. All right, you guys, got them on, and sheesh, look at that, boys. Yes sir, that looks good. So like I said, super dope. They even give you this. So look, that's the mascot of the brand, Aerowolf, and look, it even has like a little manga form. Shows you how he's becoming the wolf, grabs the axe and becomes the wolf from the axe, and then it says, and so it begins. So just to let you know, probably more coming. And now finally, let's get into the top 5 things on why you should love and you should own a Lexus IS 250, 350, or F. Alright, so first things first, off top, the thing that you'll notice about any Lexus is that they look really freaking good. So that was one of my biggest reasons on getting this car, is they look phenomenal. You can make these cars look really nice. I've seen a bunch of different variations and styles to how people can like make these cars look really good, whether they're bagged, static, Even like, you know, the Japan scene with these cars. That's one of the main things, is that the beauty of this car, of what you can kind of make it look like, and the aftermarket parts for what it can look like is super dope. Just with the headlights alone, changing something like that on this car can like change the complete look of this freaking car. And a lot of people, when you're rolling around, they know it's a Lexus, especially if you have like an aftermarket front bumper like I do with the spindle grille. They're definitely gonna notice that. So that's one of the major things, is I love the way these cars look. They just look very nice, and you can make them look sporty and aggressive. So that's reason number one. So I also want to remind you guys, all of these, you know, top 5, they're not in order of what I think is the best reason, first or last or whatever. I'm just throwing out there kind of off the top of my head. The second thing I probably would really endorse to you guys is the reliability of this car. So I bought this car back in like 2015, and it's a 2011, and I bought it with about like 50, maybe 54,000 miles, and it's currently at like 171,000 miles. And literally I have not had like not one crazy big issue with the car from 2015 to 2021. The reliability behind these cars is amazing. Obviously it's Toyota, you know, behind the Lexus badge, it's Toyota. So going into these cars, that's another thing that you guys should like pay attention to, is that they're super reliable, which would bring us into the third reason to love and own these cars, which would be luxury affordability. So you get an affordable, reliable car with a side of luxury. So you get your leather interior, you get your suede, you get your, you know, your touchscreen, your Bluetooth in here, and everything like that of the sort. And it's all, you know, it's affordable. So like all the aftermarket parts and stuff like that, the OEM parts, some OEM parts are a little pricey just because of that Lexus badge, but for the most part, it's affordable. If you're comparing it to other luxury car brands, this is your bang for your buck right there. So that is our third thing for the luxury affordability of this car. You know, this wasn't too much. You know, you get your touch screen, you have a wonderful sound system in here, you guys. So that would be our third reason on why you should own one of these. Yeah, I that was one of my main reasons when I was looking for one of these cars, was the fact that I was a 20-year-old kid who wanted something that looked sporty but was gonna save me on gas. I learned from that lesson, and that and so you know, I wanted something that was gonna be, you know, a little luxury too, you know, because you know, I'm young, and you know, I want something that's gonna feel good, right? So this was definitely in my margin of what I was looking for. So that's another thing to kind of take into consideration. So the fourth reason is the handling in this car. Well, no matter what trim you have, whether it's the 250, 350, or the ISF, the handling in this car stays like true to in each trim. So even though I have the 250 and it's the slower model of the three, when I've taken corners at like some pretty high speeds, all right? So and that's like all on stock suspension. Maybe the difference was like me changing the coilovers, but even when it was stock before that, it was still taking corners really freaking well. And for me to get out of situations, it was really agile in doing that. So that is probably one of the bigger things about these cars, is that the handling is really freaking good. So like, say, you know, you wanted to even like add some aftermarket suspension parts to make it handle even better, like they're affordable. Like that's the best part too, is like they're affordable for you to even make the handling better in this car. So like, say you had the ISF and you were tracking it and you were hitting those corners at super high freaking speeds, I believe this car would give you the confidence going into that corner, being able to do that. So that's one of the things that I really like about this car as well, is the handling. That's the fourth thing, you guys. All right, so I currently came to get my hair cut, but before I go in there, so the fifth thing I wanted to kind of go over, this is something that I think has been really good and important for me, like kind of coming in, being in the car scene or vlogging my journey for about 1.5 years, and that is the fact that the Lexus community has actually been really cool. Like, a lot of people have been super supportive of like each other's builds, and very like open to like telling you where they got things. So that's probably one of the biggest things that I thought of not too long ago, because as a beginner coming into like a scene, whether like depending on what brand of car you choose or you have or you decide to build, the community might not be that strong or that together or that cool with each other. So I'm really happy that the Lexus community has actually been a wonderful experience to like the car like community in that sense, but specifically speaking, the Lexus community in general. So everybody that's in the Lexus community, I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love all the builds that I've been seeing, everybody that I've been meeting, all you guys that have been supportive and helpful. Thank you guys so much for trying to keep it as transparent as possible, because that's something that I try to reciprocate. And you know, it's grown my love for doing all of this, and for the love for the car and the love for this car in general. That is one major thing, especially if you're just jumping into a car build and it just so happens to be Lexus. I think the Lexus community is one of the good like beginning car builds to kind of hop into. So there's like so many freaking builds, you guys. Like, I might post a couple of them as I'm talking right now, but that probably would be my fifth reason on as to why it's the forums, the Club Lexus forums is super helpful, and it's still growing, you guys. I mean, there's still so many brand new Lexuses being bought, you guys. So if you're thinking about buying a Lexus, these are some of the main reasons why I think you should love and own a Lexus. So these are my opinions, by the way. So, you know, if you guys have different opinions, you can go ahead and put them in the comments below, whether you think there's other reasons on why you should own a Lexus, or there's reasons why you think that you shouldn't own a Lexus. So go ahead, help me out and put that down below, you guys. I might be a little bit late for my haircut, so I'm gonna go ahead and go in there and get that. So I'll see you guys in a bit.